hour ago, Kid Chris made some intemperate remarks about one of my stable is the stars, which is Gary Jeff Walker.
I didn't like what he said.
I didn't like what he said at all. Gary Jeff Walker, how are you?
Really, I found from sources that Kid Chris was saying that I'm mentally unstable and that I may be going postal at any moment. Is that correct?
He accused you of eating your own hair, cutting yourself, mutilating small animals, drinking gasoline, and that's just the start of it.
I love small animals and I only drink Jack Daniels.
You don't drink any high test.
However, I just been approved for FBI background checks on 15 AR-15s, a 357, a 9, a 22, and any other caliber you can prove. I just can't pay for them, but I've been approved for them.
iHeartMedia has certain rules on this. Of course, mass murderers may not follow rules, but we have rules on this.
Well, let me tell you this, Willie. While I am totally mentally stable to own a firearm under the Second Amendment of our U.S. Constitution, I have some other concerns.
What are they?
And the concerns are of our mutual acquaintance, Mark Amazon.
I talked with him yesterday about you becoming...
Oh, look how far the water's gone there.
And I just found out through some sources that I have, and maybe he's not been notified yet, but Mark Amazon may have to sue or may have to file for mental bankruptcy.
Mental bankruptcy.
Mental bankruptcy. Yes, the Mensa court has called out his loan and may drop him to 95 IQ points.
So you're accusing Mark Amazon, one of my stable of stars that's gone off into the ether, of engaging in behavior that may result in injury or death to those who work here.
No, I'm not accusing him of that. I'm accusing him of... I'm not accusing him. I'm just saying there's concern about him having to file mental bankruptcy, Chapter 11, where his IQ may drop from 120, its current rate, to 95.
Segman, your reaction, please.
Unbelievable, Andy Mack.
Give me your thoughts on Nicholas Cruz engaging in felonious criminal misbehaviors, and the liberals in Broward County did not want to have a pipeline from the classroom to prison, so they failed to arrest him or convict him, which would have kept him from getting the gun in the first place.
Well, let's say 18 calls to the Broward County Sheriff's Department before the event, 39 calls for law enforcement, 2 credible tips by the FBI ignored. It seems like there's a red herring here somewhere, Willie, and it seems like maybe there was a conspiracy to let this thing go down so we can further the agenda of the left in taking our guns away.
So you see a conspiracy involving the Broward County Sheriff, the Superintendent, the Public Defender, the Judicial Courts, the Department of Education in Florida, the Juvenile Court System, and more.
At least 2 or 3 of those individuals, including Broward County Sheriff's Office. Everyone considered him the coward of Broward County. His name is Scott Israel.
Gary Jeff, we got to run. What do you got on the big show tonight?
The big show tonight? I'm at home tonight. Mike Allen may be doing the big show. I'll be on the big show tomorrow morning.
Michael K. Allen.
Michael K. Allen.
Good luck. I'll pass along your kind words to Mark Amazon and Kid Chris.
What does the K stand for?
Strikeout?
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Segment, give me some sports if you don't mind. Give me your reaction to all that's happened today so far.
Well, Leah, the astute reporter is the proud service of your local 10-star heating and air conditioning dealers. 10-star. All it needs to feel the beautiful Milford to home of One Main Gallery. Call Baker Heating right across the street at 831-5124. There's Reds up against the Giants. Willie, Reds action today on Fox Sports 1360. Tomorrow and Sunday, the Reds are back here on 700 WLW.
That's where they belong. Where's Marty?
I think he's golfing today.
Where is he? Arizona or here?
Yeah, he's in Arizona.
Yeah. Is he there yet?
Yeah, he's there.
I never saw anybody Uber from here to Arizona. What's up with that?
Well, you did. It's quite a remarkable story. I think Mo's going to write about it in The Athletic.
He fell asleep and woke up in Arizona.
Let's see. Tonight in college basketball, Ohio U and Miami, Ohio State and Penn State.
What about tonight, Deer Park? That's the big game.
I was going to mention that. Deer Park up against Fayetteville Perry in the sectional final. Good Lord, I'm going to go home and put my hand under the faucet.
I will take Deer Park over Fayetteville. What's her name? Perry?
Perry.
I will take the Park over Perry. Do you want to make the bet for a UDF Hot Fun Sunday?
Well, it certainly worked out last night because you took St. Henry against Cubcat.
Yeah, I didn't hear that score.
Won 64-21.
What was that?
Cubcat Colonel 64, St. Henry 21.
21? Is that a girls' score?
No, that was Cubcat led by C.J. Frederick.
How many
Player of the Year in the Bluegrass.
So they beat them by 43.
Ain't it?
But Deer Park beat somebody by 50.
Correct. The other night. Let's see, Willie, in the Associated Press is reporting that Cleveland Cavaliers starting guard J.R. Smith, recently suspended for one game by the team. He threw a bowl of soup at an assistant coach, Damon Jones. The soup tossing happened after the team's morning shoot-around as Smith sat out last night's loss against Philadelphia.
What sense does that make?
What sense did he throw soup at James Posey?
What is Coach Lou over there, like making chicken noodle soup for the boys and just ladle it up, and J.R. Smith just kind of threw it at the coach?
I'm not sure that guy's quite right. J.R. Smith ain't right.
When do you throw a bowl of soup at somebody?
J.R. Smith's making $17 million a year.
He can make his own soup.
The coach is probably making $200,000.
And if that,
And J.R. Smith is throwing soup at a coach.
he has a major league ding-dong. But maybe you get mad at somebody and you throw a bowl of soup at them.
It's better than retching off animal heads like Cruz did. So, when there's any problems with the behavior of Mr. Cruz before the match, you see some difficulties.
Yes, especially with him throwing the chair through the windows at the school.
What if you were pouring alcohol, picked up a chair and threw it through a window? Would they say, Segman, we're going to suspend you for a couple days?
I wouldn't pray I'd probably be sitting here. And what if they did that back in your day?
Tom Griswold, Jerry Wood, I got this. They call it the Board of Education.
That was SWATS.
What would you get? I hit this against Mary Jeffy. He met with Rocky Boyman and said this was a good sex. He said he likes it. Did he say good sex or good sex?
Who knows?
Gary Jeff Walker thinks of Rocky Boyman and thinks about sex. Maybe Gary Jeff's got his own problems. Would you agree?
We'll go lead along.
Get me on the news report, but I want to congratulate you on your 60th birthday today.
Thank you, Willie.
That you share with?
I share it with Big Ben Roethlisberger.
I like him.
Dr. Seuss. James Bond. 007. Daniel Craig.
Still alive?
And the King.
Jerry Lawler.
New York Rangers goaltender extraordinaire Henrik Lundqvist.
Never heard of him.
What?
About the King, LeBron James. About the King.
The king of the net. The king of the goalies.
Elvis Presley.
The king of the between the pipes.
So how the Rangers do last year?
That's my point.
Segment, give happy birthday.
Thank
Did
you,
you give Rocky Bobby some of your cookies?
Whatever he wants.
Segment, get me on the studio report.
Willie, in honor of my 60th birthday today on this March the 2nd, 1958.
And you don't drink gasoline or cut yourself, correct?
No, spent 2 weeks in an incubator. Almost didn't make it.
You made up for lost time.
Thanks to Mom and Dad, Denise,
And I'm glad you made it.
and Central Pastry in Middletown for the birthday
No
cake.
matter what you say about yourself, I respect you and I like you. I can't say Mark Amazon, Scott Springer, Gary Jeff Walker, Andy Mack. I don't know what they think about you, but I like you.
Thank you.
Give me on the studio report.
We leave you with the immortal words of the Stooge Report.
Breast can weigh as much as 3 bricks.
What did he say? Hit that again. You're like in calm. What's he talking about?
Breast can weigh as much as 3 bricks.
Breast can weigh as much as 3 bricks.
Okay?
I never felt one like that.
Head case.
Don't want to get beat by him. No motor boat in there.
We're dreaming.
Let's continue with more. The Rock is next and many others. Jim Howell just sent me a text.
life's ring at Genesis Diamond.
Walking into Genesis, for me,
Sky's
was like a
awful
grand
pretty
slam.
today.
I had been to a couple different jewelry stores, and I'd heard great things about Genesis. As soon as I
Just
walked into the
noticed.
door, I knew that I wouldn't be going anywhere else. My wife went in there with a
Clear
vision,
blue.
but we couldn't find it anywhere.
But at Genesis, they made it
Double
happen.
white
To be able
puffy
to
clouds.
get something made that was in her head and that she
And I'm
had a
about to
vision
run
was
this guy
pretty
off
cool
the
because
fucking road
now
if
it's
he
one of a
doesn't
kind.
move.
So Genesis
Goddamn,
made it
dude,
easy for
come
you to
on.
be a hero, right, Adam?
Yeah, to see the smile on her face was unforgettable for me.
Lane isn't
It was
for camping out.
The people were down to
Jesus
earth. They
fuck.
weren't pushy.
It's an
I would
80-year-old
tell someone
woman.
that they would have to check out Genesis first.
Genesis Diamonds, Cincinnati's direct diamond import.
I'm proud to be a Cincinnati Red, and I'm proud to shop at Genesis.
On Montgomery Road, 1 block east of Kenwood Town.
Go to Genesis for that home run experience.
Every day across America, terrible quotes are happening.
We're at the heart of a champion. In the Cavs of Library.
We'll always be bathed in. Dance like everyone's watching.
Haters might hate me, but I'm still your father, Becky.
So terrible. But thanks to Safe you can get a great car insurance bill in just 3 minutes.
Hey.
25%. Visit safeauto.com today.
As Mike McConnell, question for business owners out there. Are you stuck in a contract for internet and phone service from Cincinnati Bell? If you are, you're stuck with slower internet and more expensive prices. But don't worry, I can help you out. Switch to Spectrum Business. You'll get 100 meg internet that's twice as fast as Cincinnati Bell and reliable business voice. Plus, you're going to save money each and every month. And Spectrum Business will find out your current contract. You heard that right. Spectrum Business will help you get out of your contract so you can switch over to superior internet and voice services. And unlike Cincinnati Bell, Spectrum Business does not require you to sign a contract, and they don't charge you extra taxes or fees either. There really isn't a reason to stay with Cincinnati Bell. So call 866-750-9726 and make the switch to Spectrum Business and do it today. Again, 866-750-9726.
Walgreens has good news for anyone managing diabetes. We've got your back. That's right. Walgreens pharmacists are here to consult with you in person and answer any questions you may have about new and existing medications. You can even get free advice from our trusted experts day and night at Walgreens.com or the mobile app. Walgreens has all major brands of diabetes testing supplies like Accu-Check and Walgreens TrueMetrics. That's not just good news, it's great news. Stop by and talk to your Walgreens pharmacist today. Walgreens, trusted since 1901.
People make your business work. But how do you find the right talent? ZipRecruiter. One click posts your job to over 100 top job boards. Then, smart matching technology instantly alerts quality candidates about your job. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire.
To try ZipRecruiter for free, just go to ZipRecruiter.com/newsradio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/newsradio.
Live from the 700 studio, driven by Mike Castrosi Ford in Milford and Alexandria, the largest volume Ford dealer in the tri-state. The saving time and money. Number one for a reason. That's Mike Castrosi Ford.
We're really coming into Great American and by the name of Ron Rocky Biden. We'll talk about what's happening through 63 and 6. Gary last week, they kind of wrapped up with the Vegas game. The basketball in Sharonville. How many times have you been there?
I've been there a few.
And you're going there this year.
We try, yes.
You're going to try to make it now. Karen Laverty, welcome to the Bill Cunningham Show. Karen, how are you?
Hi, Bill. We're good. How are you doing?
Give me a call report that goes to Rock cares about politics, politics, and politics. Who do you have coming tomorrow in Sharonville if anybody?
Absolutely. And I hope you know the big head well.
We'll make it.
19th annual Ohio Republican Pancake Breakfast. And we have, of course, Senator Portman is always, he's our honorary chair. So he's going to be there, but we have both U.S. Senate candidates, Mike Gibbons and Jim Renacci. We have both Ohio gubernatorial candidates, Lieutenant Governor Mary Taylor and Attorney General Mike DeWine. We have Congressman Steve Chavez, Congressman Brian Rexroth, and the Ohio GOP chairwoman, Jane Simpson's going to be there.
All the power brokers, like in regular slaps like Matt Steinman, can anyone come?
Anyone can come, and they can buy their tickets at the door. It's at the Sharonville Convention Center tomorrow morning. The program starts at 9 o'clock. Doors open about 8:15.
So, yeah, and your tickets are $30 each.
What does it cost, if anything, to come?
$30 each.
And the money goes to for a good cause. Where does the money go, if anywhere?
It does. The money goes to support local Republican candidates. Every year we take the money that we make from this breakfast, and in August we take a look and see who's running, divvy it up per township, some statewide races and
Come on,
so
man.
forth. Pass it
Stay
out.
on your
Karen
side.
laughed it. I'll be there tomorrow, and I'll eat some pancakes, and I'll sit there with you and talk about politics.
Looking forward to it.
God bless America. Karen Lafferty, thank you very much.
You're welcome. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Now,
I went a few years ago. Tim Pawlenty was the keynote speaker. Remember him? I think he's from Minnesota. He's a Republican from Minnesota, which is not very much.
Cleveland's better on the stump than you think. I think the last few years I've seen him, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I gave you the information on the right,
Yes.
and I did this research, Department of Justice. I had an inclination that the great majority of mass shooters in the last 40 years were white males. And so I looked at that statistic, and actually, since 66% of the country is occupied by so-called white Americans, we, in a sense, represent fewer than it should. And the two categories doing very well, in a sense, are Asians are like triple, and that Hispanics are half. So I'm thinking, your friend Glenn from Mason called me making this racial claims that white people are shooting up schools. But in reality, blacks commit greater mass shootings than they're represented in the population.
Per capita by percent.
That was motivated by me by Glenn from Mason. I don't think like this myself, but I said, okay, Glenn, let me do some work on this statistics, and that's it. And so there you go.
There you go.
Now let me ask you this. Let's say you're at St. X High School, and I have a list here of the number of offenses committed by the shooter in Florida. In school, among other things, he did the following. Let's say you did this at St. X. Cursing out fellow students. Not too bad, right? Yeah. How about beating them up?
And that's anymore. That's an offense.
How about slapping female students in the face at least 7 times?
Gone immediately. How's he not gone after that?
Cursing out teachers in class using the F-bomb, etc. How about kicking in classroom doors during class? How about starting fist fights in the lunchroom? How about throwing chairs in the lunchroom, including a chair through a window? How about threatening to kill other students, including saying, quote, I'm going to enjoy seeing you down on the grass bleeding out. Quote, I'm going to watch you bleed to death. Quote, I'm going to shoot you dead. How would that work?
I think you would get thrown out of St. X.
How about mutilating small animals on campus?
That would also get you thrown out of
How
St.
about at home pulling a rifle on your mother?
That would still probably get you thrown out of St. X.
How about drinking gasoline during school?
But he was already kicked out of the school, right?
Well, he was suspended 6 times, never expelled, because in 2013, November the 5th, a collaborative agreement was signed called the Collaborative Agreement on School Discipline. And this was stopping the classroom to the prison pipeline, which Obama's Department of Education said you got to do. And so in 2015, Superintendent of Schools Robert Runcie was in the White House getting an award from Obama, congratulating him on reducing the expulsions by 80%. So he did not...
So in other words, these groups like the ACLU and otherwise say, look, we got to give this kid another chance. Society, we cannot give up on him. We got to wrap our arms around him and love him and not treat him any differently, even though he's slapping women,
this a little bit weird?
Drinking gasoline, mutilating animals, and punching other students.
Is this a problem?
It's a problem. Of course it's a problem. But everyone wants to give everyone another chance, and instead of saying, look, this guy's a bad seed, and he, wish him the best, but he can go do that somewhere else far, far, far away.
According to this media accounts, the superintendent said arresting these students is the problem, it's not the behavior. So arresting him, the cop is the problem. When the cops come in, he should have been in juvenile court system, correct?
Of course.
Or the adult court system, in which case he would have been convicted, in which case he would have a criminal record, in which case he wouldn't have gotten an AR-15.
But how dare you? You're discriminating against him. He's just a young kid. He had a tough upbringing. Both his parents died, and we should give him more sympathy.
Well, he got all he could.
Well, that's what they're going to say, right?
They made the high school kids their guinea pigs. They said, we're going to experiment with this new philosophy of not holding kids responsible for criminal behavior on campus. Instead of doing that, let's experiment and see if it works. Well, how'd it work out for you?
Not very good.
And so is there any sense maybe Broward County should say, possibly we could have done better by the 17 dead kids?
See, but that's a plan that's, it's much more easy to say, we'll blame the gun. It's much easier to
Not the FBI.
No, not the FBI.
Not the department.
School,
Not the schools.
Anybody. No.
Deputy sheriff who didn't go in.
Right.
That's okay with that too. In fact, now it came out last night. I'm going to have on tomorrow from Broward County, the news director down there, and she's going to say that there was a command officer on site who said to the 4 Broward County sheriffs, "Don't go in," which is violating departmental policy, state policy, and federal.
Wait. The school told the officer,
there was a command officer. Scott Peterson was told not to go in by a command officer of Broward County. And she's going to identify him tomorrow, but the command officer said do not go in.
Why?
Set up a perimeter, much like in Columbine. Set up a perimeter.
But wouldn't you as a human being, as a
rough,
tough, cop, that's kind of what you sign up for?
I'm going in.
Rules be damned, I'm going in.
He's got armor on, and he's got a 40 Glock.
Right.
With 15 shots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in.
Going to do something. Right.
Now, Jeffrey Toobin of CNN said the other night, well, a 40 Glock's no match for an AR-15. That's correct, but it's also correct that if you get hit by a 40 Glock in the back,
yeah, you get shot with a 40, you're done. You're going down. Yeah.
You're down.
So what, 180 grain bullet? That's,
yeah, you're done. So the point is, we keep looking for this.
Made it on a lovely looking day. A little cold, but it's pretty, especially after 3 solid weeks of rain. All right, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.